Today's awesome dude of the week is Barbaros Hayreddin Paşa. Born Yakupulu Hazır in what is today Greece, his dad was a Sipahi who was sent by the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire to get, which at the time was under the control of Genoa. His father helped to successfully conquer the island and was rewarded with some land. He settled down, married a local Greek girl, and got into making pottery. His sons became sailors, but soon graduated to piracy. Now, we have a popular image of pirates, and are wont to misuse the term. There are still plenty of pirates in the 21st century, but they tend to be less nationalistic than were their predecessors. Pirates were what you called other countries' privateers or corsairs, folks who were enlisted or encouraged by the king or emperor or whoever to raid and capture the ships of their enemies. Kind of like a cross between and. Obviously, pirates, privateers, corsairs were despised and demonized by their victims, and lauded as heroes by those to whom they gave a percentage of their plunder. All just a matter of perspective. Similar to how foreign insurgents in Afghanistan attempting to drive out the occupying military superpower are either terrorists or freedom fighters. Depends to which side you belong is all. Two of brothers were on their way back from Lebanon when they were attacked by some of the Pope's pirates. The pirates that the Pope sent out to loot and pillage were affectionately known by their fellow Catholics as Crusaders, and these particular ones were an elite group called the Knights of St. John, or the Knights Hospitaller. They killed one of the brothers, and the other one they took hostage. They held him prisoner in their castle for almost 3 years before helped him to escape. After escaping, Brother Arouge got a gig working as a corsair from a prince, who was fed up with all the pillaging by the Pope's mercenaries. Being a corsair meant you were a pirate with a lettre de marque, which basically provided authority to raid and confiscate the possessions of people your government didn't like, except on a way bigger scale. Was extremely successful at this, and after bombarding some castles and capturing some ships, the Sultan told him to raid coastal Italy and all the Mediterranean islands controlled by the Christians. Brother Rouge moved his base west and got permission from the locals to use the port in exchange for a third of the loot he plundered, and captured a bunch of ships, raided lots of places, took a lot of POWs as slaves, and developed quite a reputation. Around the same time, España was having itself an inquisition, forcing Muslims to convert or die. Didn't much like this, and provided passage to North Africa for his religiously oppressed brethren. This earned Yakupulu Arouge, who was known at the time as Arouge Reis, Captain Arouge, the honorary title of Baba Arouge, Father Arouge. Amongst Europeans, the name Baba Arouge got mispronounced and evolved into Barbaros, Barbaros, and eventually Barbarossa, which means Redbeard in Italian. The brothers had a pretty good run in the western Mediterranean and North Africa, raiding cities and capturing ships. They kind of liked Algiers though. After liberating it from the Spanish, they decided to stick around and run things. Declared himself the Sultan of Algiers and conquered some nearby areas to consolidate and solidify his power. España was getting really upset with him though, so he decided that Algiers should join the Ottoman Empire for protection. Became governor of Algiers and also got to be chief sea governor of the western Mediterranean. He foiled the first Spanish attack, but eventually was overrun and killed. That's when took over. Promoted by the Sultan to Pasha and given the title Beyler Bey, Commander of Commanders. His mission was to pillage, plunder, and destroy. He also continued bringing Muslims from España to North Africa, thereby inheriting his brother's honorary title of Baba Rouge. The mispronunciation of Baba Rouge as Barbarossa, Redbeard in Italian, coincidentally turned out to be a good name for him, since he actually did have a red beard. Raiding coastal cities and capturing enemy ships and bombarding places and destroying harbors, and the Sultan appointed him Admiral of the Ottoman Navy, Captain of Darien, and he was governor of North Africa and a bunch of little islands, and the Pope assembled a massive navy to stop him, but despite being grossly outnumbered, he destroyed them. And then the Holy Roman Emperor begged him to switch sides and offered to make him Admiral-in-Chief as well as ruler of all Spanish North Africa, but was like, nah, I'm cool working for the Sultan. Eventually, retired. He had achieved more fame, fortune, and glory than any pirate before or since, not to mention establishing and securing the Ottoman Empire's dominance over the Mediterranean, which led to that whole 16th century European search for an alternate route to Asia. Wrote his memoirs and spent his final days in his palace overlooking the Bosphorus, the strait connecting his homeland to the sea that he absolutely owned for nearly 50 years.